Part two of the importance of teaching our children right from wrong. Now, out of a few teachers, and I make no apologies about that because the shit happened to me. And at 44, you know, we can get lawyers involved if they want, but they know I'm right. They know that they didn't step up and do anything. They know they came after me instead of going after the problem, which was the jocks. Which goes back to the first video. It is very important to teach our children, boys, girls, transgender, whatever your child's going to be. It's very important to teach all children right from wrong. From the jump. From the second that they can walk, we pat their wrists. We swat their ass if it's really serious. We need to teach our kids right from wrong. We need to teach that they aren't the only ones with feelings, and that feelings can be hurt, and people react differently when their feelings are hurt. And people do that. They do it all the time. And why? Because we're all a bunch of emotional wrecks, in a nutshell. A lot of us will not admit it, which is what leads to these problems. I'll be the first to admit, hell yeah, I'm emotionally damaged. I'm emotionally scarred for life, but not just for one thing, but for a lot of things, and I have not had an easy life. If I may quote Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool, the original, life is a bunch of train wrecks with very few brief moments in between of happiness. I didn't quote it right. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm not sorry. I knew what I meant to say and it didn't come out my mouth correctly. If you want to understand that, go watch the first Deadpool. Better yet, go watch the second one. Anyway, moving on. When we fail our children, we don't just fail our children. We fail everyone else's children. You understand? These people probably never seen this coming from their child. And who does? No one ever thinks that because I raised my child in a Christian home or a Baptist home or a Catholic home or a Buddhist home or anywhere, no one thinks that their child has the potential to be a bad person. You've been living under a fucking rock. I'm talking to all you parents out here who don't think for a New York minute that your kid can't be a bad person. All kids have the potential of doing bad, just like they have the potential of doing good. The question is, how far are you willing to go in a disciplinarian, and how far are you willing to go in believing that your kid is a saint? See, when you believe that your kid is a total saint, you're fucking yourself. You're also fucking that child. And why did I put it that way? Because it's the truth. You can't think for a New York minute that your kid is not at fault in everything. Especially if your kid continues to get in trouble because of their lack of intelligence to stop hanging with people that get them in trouble. And usually the kids that get other kids in trouble, their parents are very wealthy and the kids lacking attention, or their kids are never with their parents and their parents have no time because they're making money to make sure that the kid's healthy and eating. Alright? Everybody's background is different. Everybody's situation is different. But there is no reason for stupidity on any level. Not due to gender, not due to economic standing, not due to the fact of what class you are in. Poor, working, middle class, wealthy. There's no excuse for stupidity. Not at all. There's no excuse for it. Yeah, you can't watch your child 24 hours a day. But other people are watching your child. Teachers, take note. If you suspect a problem, you need to write that shit down. That way you have some evidence, some rapport, some course of action that you can take. Sorry, I'm distracted by Days of Our Lives, a big-ass fight scene. You need to be able to take some rapport of action to be used on these students that seem like they're going down a dark path. Now, I'm not saying the teachers are psychic. That's not what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying, listening to what I'm saying. Not what y'all think I'm saying. Not what you think you're hearing. Listen to exactly what I'm saying. Okay, so a kid comes to school, he has a bad day. Probably don't want to write that down. Everybody has a bad day. Everybody. Batman has made that clear that a lot of his supervillains are not bad people. They're just a good person who had a bad day. Alright? And that's the Batman theory. But we're living in the real world now. And everybody, at least once or twice, or like me, will have a bad day every day. Alright? But any day you're on the other side of the earth where you're not under the ground is pretty much a good day. But let's keep this shit real. Not everybody views it that way. I don't view it that way. And I truly do have a bad day damn near every day. If I don't have a bad day, something's going to go wrong eventually. I know that. I'm not projecting it. It's just a stated fact that in 44 years of my life, I've had great moments, but I've never truly, honest to God, had a great fucking day. Alright? And people don't know how to adjust, adapt, and deal with having a bad day. That's a paramount reason of why a lot of school shootings happen. Alright? So this most recent one, apparently, he was rejected by a chick who was hot, and she didn't see him the way he seen her. Okay, who hasn't had that happen? No girl has ever seen me hot. Ever. And if they did, it was probably like, oh, my friend needs a boyfriend for a little bit. I think you're cute. She'll like you. But we're not going to tell you the truth of it. She's only dating you because dating outside of her race was the thing at that time. Alright? And because most people have no idea what the fuck my race is, yeah, that works, because my dad won't think that you're black. He might think that you're a Mexican or a Samoan or a Cherokee Indian. But he's not going to think that you're black because you don't have black people hair. Yay. Now let's go on the flip side of that. What happens with rejection? What happens with rejection? Rejection is no excuse for you to hurt the person you supposedly love. And especially no excuse for you to take a rifle, a gun of any kind to school and just start randomly picking off people and shooting them, especially people who are connected to her. Well, if I can't have her, y'all can't have her, and she can't have y'all because I'm going to start blasting all her friends. Who's teaching these children? Where's the fucking moral clause? What is going on in the world today that no one can actually sit down and teach their children right from wrong? The doorknob is hot. There's probably a fire on the other side. Don't touch the doorknob. Try for the window to escape from the fire. Oh, the window's a couple of stories up. So if I go through the door, I could get burnt. But if I jump, the worst thing that can happen is I might break a leg or I might die. Let's see, getting burnt alive, jump out the window and break a leg. I think I'll take my chances with the broken window and the leg. Alright? It's not that difficult of a choice because I've been burnt before. My face has been literally burnt off with first-degree burns. So, fuck that shit. But that's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is, where are the people that should be fucking morally teaching our children right from wrong? It's not just the school's responsibility. It's our responsibility. If something seems off by your kid by the time they hit puberty, then you need to know. Period. The suicide rate of teenagers is astronomical. It really is. And why the suicide rate of teenagers is astronomical? I will tell you why the suicide rate of teenagers is astronomical. Because we as adults aren't fucking paying attention. We're not looking. We're just going on about our lives. We check in on our children every now and again, but we don't sit there honestly and say, you want to talk about your day? You want to tell me what's going on in your life? And be honest. In fact, I know this is going to sound like a big-ass clusterfuck of hypocriticalness, but I'm going to be a hypocrite for the moment. Sit that little motherfucker down and make them talk to you. Don't give them the option of walking away. I had that option, which is why my father and them never really knew I was bullied, because of mixed pride and shame. Mixed pride and shame. Let me explain that. Mixed pride, because as a martial artist in the streets, I've never gotten my ass beat, but I go to school and get bullied by 7 guys in one class, and not just in the 11th grade, but back in the 9th grade, in the 10th grade. Even got bullied by a girl in the 12th grade because they had this rule where we couldn't hit people or we couldn't graduate. Yeah, Xavier Gray, calling your ass out. Maskinarski too. Yeah. But because I wanted to graduate before I was 20, they got to do whatever they wanted. The performing arts teacher never noticed. I'm not going to call her out because I have mad respect for her. But as for the motherfuckers that I called out, it's not because I don't respect you. It's because no one likes a truth teller. And don't worry, I only have 37 followers, so it's not like anybody's going to know who the hell you are. But the point of the matter is, for my school at Charlottesville High, we were damn lucky that no one went there and shot the shit up. Because back in the 90s, when Columbine was about to be given birth, we had the same shit going on. I knew a guy who was 6'2", white guy, came to school with a handgun. I'm not gonna say his name because he's my boy. I ain't gonna say his name, but I will say that he brandished the gun and showed me, and I'm like, dude, you're 6 feet tall. What the fuck do you need that for? He said, hey man, I still get bullied. That's when reality set in for me. I never thought anybody over 5'5" got bullied, and apparently I've been living under a rock. Because apparently your size does not matter. If people think that they can bully you, they will. So where do we go? When do we stop blaming mental illness, bullying, because sometimes it is bullying, access to weapons, Second Amendment? We need to stop all of that. We need to sit down, open these peepers up, and look and learn and listen, and more importantly, talk to our children. Talk to them. If they hang with people who have issues, and they think they can change them, maybe they can, maybe they can't, but here's the thing on that. Let's live in reality. If a person has something set in their mind to do it, because they couldn't take anymore, they're going to find a way to do it. It's the same thing with suicide. As a person who has had some psychological issues and some professional help, I got help. I literally got help for it. If you don't get help, you need to get help. Stop being ashamed to get help and go get some fucking help. Alright? Mixed pride and shame is a mind killer. Mixed pride and shame is a people killer. We're not talking to our children. We're not teaching them right from wrong. We're doing everything wrong if this shit keeps happening. And according to The View today, this is only an American thing. People in other countries don't go around high school shooting. So why the fuck does this happen? Oh yeah, also college shootings. While we're on that, why do we keep having these things happen? Again, things started going south when we took the ass whoopings out of the home. Now, let's keep that shit real. When we took ass whoopings out of the home, we fucked up. We straight fucked up. We started using time out and taking away their stuff. We're grounding them, this and that. We haven't really scratched the surface on what the hell is the cause of this problem. It's not just one problem. It's multiple problems. It's an astonishing amount of multiple problems. It's problems that lead to problems that lead to problems. Problem number one starts at home. We're not listening to our kids. When we can start listening to our kids, or better yet, we're not even making our kids tell us what's going on in their school day. Are we this fucking busy? Are we so desensitized to what's happening in their life that we can't ask them what's going on? Kids play sports. There's bullies in sports. Kids hang out with the wrong crowd. Why do they do that? Because they think that in some superhero disease fashion, they can turn their friends around. You can't change nobody. Nobody. You can try as you might. You may get that one person that you can influence enough to change themselves. But as far as changing them, you can't change a person. And the thing with that is, we have to teach our kids how to take care of themselves. We have to teach our kids how, if you're being bullied, you need to be able to come to me as your parent. I'm saying this as a man, but if I was a woman, I'd be saying the same thing to my daughter. We need to talk about peer pressure. We need to talk about bullying. We need to talk about how it affects their psyche. Young children are sponges. From the age of 5 when they start school until maybe 11 or 12 when they're starting to find out who they are. That's when we start molding them. That's when we start teaching them right from wrong. Because once they hit 13 and start getting opinions and feelings and their body start changing, they're a fucking loose cannon. But if you give them the right materials, the right home bringing, the right fucking, I don't know the words I'm searching for, but if you give them the right structure, that's the word I'm looking for. If you give them the right structure, we can change this school violence crap. we teach our kids to not be bullies instead of being bullies, we got a better chance of less people getting killed at school. But again, what makes a person a bully? What makes a person mental ill? What makes a person think they have the right to do something to other people who haven't done a damn thing to them? What gives them that right? We do. Because we're not taking the time to take the time to teach, to talk, to listen, to hear what's going on in their lives. And this is why we have these issues. Now, these probably won't be posted up until later tonight. But just so that you know, because I'm about to walk out this door and go to hell to school because it is now 2 o'clock and my class starts at 2:45. And I like to be on time. So, that being said, we need to take a back. We need to sit down with our kids. We need to not let them leave that fucking table until they tell us what's going on in their life. And I ain't trying to say bully your children into telling you. It's not what I meant when I said don't let them fucking leave. Okay, it's kind of what I meant, but doing it in a professional and a parental right. If you have to, there's counselors for families to go through this. And the counselor can insist that the parents are not there, but the parents can insist that they are. The parents can insist that the counselor records the session, and because the kid isn't an adult until they're 18, let the parent hear what the counselor and the child has talked about, so that the kids won't know that their parents have a leg up on what's going on in their life. As a man who don't have children, this is how I believe it should be done. My kid don't want to talk to me. I take them to a family council. So we're all in there, besides it's probably coming out of my pocket anyway. So I'm like, look, I want you to record every damn session. I want to know what's going on in my family life. I'm not doing this to find out if my wife is cheating on me, but I want every session recorded, especially those sessions that I'm not allowed to be in. If my wife has a session where I'm not there, I want it. Brother, I'm paying you, so, I'm paying for her, me, the child, I'm paying for all the counseling. I have the right to hear what I'm paying for. If my wife's cheating on me, prepare me for that. You don't have to tell me, just prepare me for it. But anything that comes out of my child's mouth, I want that shit on tape or a camera. I want it somewhere so that I can have the knowledge of knowing what the hell is going on in their life. So I can try my damnedest to fix it if I can fix it. I'm James Williams Jr. Part 3 will be coming soon. I gotta go to class. Be seeing you.